Butch, you signed a pretty healthy recruiting class in terms of the overall number. A lot of those guys enrolled early. Who specifically has stood out to you, as after they've gotten on campus as early enrollees who are going to contribute right away?
Well, with the signing of 32 individuals in this past year's recruiting class, we are the benefit of having 14 mid-year enrollees. And so it was a great chance for us, obviously, to evaluate them. It improved our competitive component within our football program. Some of the individuals, all 14 individuals, did a great job. We're going to rely on Coleman Thomas, offensive tackle out of Virginia. He has to jump the learning curve and has to be able to provide some valuable repetitions. Josh Malone had an extremely productive spring for us, had over 180 yards receiving in our orange and white spring game. Obviously, Jalen Hurd is another individual at the running back position that really brought a lot of different dynamics to our backfield. And then the two tight ends, Ethan Wolf and Daniel Helm, really did a great job as well. Most of our mid-year enrollees were on the offensive side of the ball, where a lot of the unknown now occurs on the defensive side of the ball with our signing class, the rest of the signing class coming to Knoxville in June. Those 14 individuals have been a great resource to their peers of really letting them understand what lies ahead of them in terms of practice structure. But this signing class of 32 has added a lot of momentum, a lot of energy to our football program, and I've been exceptionally proud of our older players for embracing them and really mentoring them and moving forward.
Butch, you were able to inherit quarterbacks, Dan Lefevre and Zach Collaros in your last two stops, but you haven't had that same situation at Tennessee. How much harder is that, just preparations for the season in the spring and summer months, knowing you're not going to have a number one guy until August?
Right. Well, Dan Lefevre I recruited out of Bennett Academy in Lisle, Illinois, so I recruited him, and then, he's a great football player, and then Zach Collaros is a great competitor. I'm extremely excited about all three individuals. I think they've really elevated their game. I think they've worked exceptionally hard. They put the time in necessary that it takes to play quarterback, but I also think they're going to be a byproduct. Their play is going to improve just because we've improved around them. I thought last year we put them into some challenging situations. They almost had to play perfect in terms of our team speed, our catch radius out on the perimeter. And so I think the additions at the wide receiver position, the tight end position, the running back position will elevate the play of the quarterback in and of itself. But the great thing about all three individuals is they've gained the one thing that's hard to simulate is they have the live game repetitions. So I think you'll see that position improve greatly as the season continues to progress, and I'm encouraged by all three.
Coach Jones, you have one of the, if not the most difficult schedule this year. Is that something that you and your team embrace, or do you kind of wish that Tennessee fans would write angry letters to the SEC office, making sure it doesn't happen again?
Well, you have to embrace it. And within every great challenge is also a great opportunity. And we're going to find out exactly where we're at in a hurry. Our first three opponents are bowl champions. Utah State is a tremendous football program. Their players know how to win. They expect to win. They have a high level of toughness in their football program. They're well coached. And then you turn around and play another bowl champion in Arkansas State and then go on the road at Oklahoma. So we have to be ready to play. We have to be game ready right off the gates, and then you start a very challenging SEC schedule as well. So it's going to be a great challenge in and of itself. There's going to be some experiences along the way, some teaching lessons, and that's why we just have to focus on the task at hand and live each moment, one moment at a time and moving forward.